Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be listening to From the Inside by Orbit Culture for the very first time. Let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody. This is Right Man in the Wrong Place. My name is Luke Tatum. I react to music. Today we are listening to From the Inside by Orbit Culture. Never heard this band before. This is a request in the comments on some of my community posts from floridabelle. floridabelle, one of the earliest supporters of the channel, so thank you very much. I'm really excited to check this out. You have excellent taste in music from everything I've heard so far, so looking forward to this as well. This is from their 2023 album Descent, which, if you've never played the Descent computer games where you're flying a little ship in truly three-dimensional space, that is intense, and I am terrible at that game. Probably has nothing to do with this, but Descent is quite the game series. I think there's like 3 of them. So grab yourself a cup of coffee. Let's get into it. Oh, and by the way, I'm selling these mugs now. If you want one, they're available. All right, let's go. Okay, okay. I do have lyrics pulled up. All right. Ooh, nice looking set. I assume that was our vocalist there. So far, initial impressions. I like this kind of dichotomy between the like echo effect, kind of calmer setting of the stage that we started with, and then we have the much heavier, bass, guitar, drum set coming in, and it's but we have both of those rather. We have both of those going at the same time. And so you've got this interesting interplay between the soft and the heavy, which is a great start. I can't say too much here. They haven't done too much with all these elements, but I do like it. And I'm excited to hear what the vocals sound like. Sometimes that's a make or break thing for me. So, we'll see. But yeah, let's go. Cool visual effects, by the way. I do like this. Man. Okay. Seems like maybe that's a good place to pause. I can't understand the guy when he's doing his screaming vocals, so the verses I'm not going to be able to follow. I'm gonna have to read those. I don't quite know where we're going. I don't really know what the song's like about yet, but there seems to be this element of, there's this line, we are the ones on the lost path, so it's this maybe wandering kind of looking for a place to be kind of thing, potentially. I don't know. It's probably too early to say anything. However, I am encouraged also in that his voice comes in and I can actually hear the kind of tonality and I can get a sense more for his vocal quality just outside of the screaming. It's not that I dislike screaming. If this is your first video, on the channel, I like screaming vocals. I've done a lot of Opeth. I've done a lot of other bands that do this. But sometimes it can wear on me a little bit after a long period of time. So it's nice to mix it up with other types of vocalization. The the speed of this, like the unified playing between the guitar and the drums and all that, very, very, very high tempo playing for just a little bit there. I was not expecting that. That's very, very intense. So that's certainly fun. It reminds me a little bit of like a Static X, or I don't even know what happened to those guys. They had like one good album, but Static X, Once Upon a Time, when I was in school, other bands like that. So back it up a little bit. Let's see where we go from here. Really high intensity. Like, oh my goodness, that is some playing right there. I know that speed metal and all that stuff, that's like a thing. It's a distinct skill that you work on. I understand all that. But that's just crazy. When it comes in the song, like in the context of the rest of the song, it's not that you would expect it to get quite so fast there. So that's what's catching me off guard. I mean, it sounds great. Getting a little bit more into the lyrics again. So there's this element of a train, and so falling through the ice between the lively station, no one leaves and no one ever left. If this is, something you're not aware of, the Right Man in the Wrong Place idea, the name of this channel, um, it's pulled from, the quote that I end every video with. It's pulled from Half-Life 2, and in the intro section of Half-Life 2, there's this element of a train station and there's a guy pacing around, thinks he's going crazy or is crazy or whatever, saying that, no one ever leaves, no one ever arrives. When they get here, there's no one there. Like he's just going around and kind of repeating these lines about the train arrivals and departures because it doesn't make any sense. And so that's kind of an interesting little connection back to the channel itself. So that's cool. If you've never watched the beginning of Half-Life 2, like a YouTube video or something, tell me. Anyone says that they have not seen that, I'll link it in the comments because it's worth watching. It's some pretty intense stuff. But bolt of self-hate ignites the flame. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what's going on exactly with that one. I do like the chorus a lot. You'll see through ice, but you cannot reach it. That's a cool line. And so, it's you can't have it, but you can see it, whatever it is. Obviously, written from a place of anguish, this song. The train is coming for all. I think that's where we are now. And I'm not quite sure. I don't know exactly where it all lines up. So let's just keep listening. This last little bit was wild, so let's catch that again. The drummer is like so undisturbed by this incredibly fast playing. The double bass is insane. Okay, more of a traditional bass pedal thing going on now. Awesome. That solo was great. Kind of dominated by some of the other elements in the song a little bit, but solo is really, really good. Really intense, like visually too. Thought we were gonna be done there. I thought that was the end of the song. Fire now? Okay. Some pretty hard panning of the instruments. Ooh. Wow. Okay, so that last little bit, darkened trails, imprisonment has swallowed me inside this hell. The air I breathe repulses me, yet I can't see for what's inside of me. And so, yeah, it's this sort of like invisible wall thing. I don't have the quotes off the top of my head, but there's certainly a few Carl Jung quotes about, the self analysis, of your own psyche is extraordinarily difficult, if not impossible, more likely impossible. Uh, to really understand your own psyche, your own soul, and those sorts of things. Like you can get a better understanding of it, but to get through every invisible wall is basically an impossibility. And I certainly agree with that. I've made a lot of progress over the years, but it's a never ending thing. And Yeah, it can cause you a lot of suffering not being able to get through that. And that can take all kinds of forms. There's all sorts of abuse and trauma and things that can prevent you from getting this stuff. But it's also just natural tendencies, like genetic things. You don't know. It's kind of like it's kind of like a smell. My sense of smell is terrible, but if you're around the smell all the time, you don't really know that it's there anymore. And so how would you figure out that you had that smell in your house or whatever? You wouldn't. If you were gone for a long time and then you came back, you might smell it again because you're used to something else. But if you're in it and used to it, if you're in your own spirit, your own psyche, your own whatever you want to conceptualize that as, which you are, how do you know? How do you know what your issues are? You don't. It's very, very difficult to unwind those things. So, kind of a cool subject matter. I don't know, maybe that's not what the song is about, but that's what I hear, especially towards the end there. And instrumentation, wild, crazy fast playing on the all the instruments. Yeah, this is awesome. Never heard of these guys before. Orbit Culture. I don't know if they're a new band, an old band. Don't know if this is their first album or 90th. I'm sure it's not the 90th, but really cool. I also have a big thing for like ice and you know winter set things. I like a lot of winter things in games and movies and stuff like that. So it's right up my alley. Totally awesome. Um, yeah, yeah. I I would love to hear more of these guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below and what I should know about the band, as always, because I don't know anything. It's first time reaction. I don't do a lot of prep. I just pull up the lyrics and go for it. So if you have a donation request yourself, if you'd like to get me turned on to some particular band or song or whatever, good way to do that right here. Buy me a coffee. There's now donation tiers. Excuse me. There's individual donations, but there's also subscription tiers if you want to get involved on that. There's all kinds of cool stuff as rewards for doing those things. I appreciate each and every one of you, whether you do that or not. Until next time, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. And please go play Half-Life 2, because man, that game is good.